Previously on T&C D&D.
So you set sail aboard the Crimson Otter.
Brian?
Badge.
Brian? Badge. Oh, yeah, from Jenny's thing.
Jenny's
Yeah. What was your name again? Snaggletooth, of course, because I thought it was Eddie. I had it in my mind. This guy's named after some kind of logo, so is it the Michelin Man? Is it Eddie? No.
The problem is they're going to notice that the patrons are gone, so I personally don't see any way out of this unless we kill these three guys.
No, you don't get what I'm saying.
And I say, listen, I think it's pretty clear to everyone in this room that you're in love with that guy who's asleep. I am an ordained minister, and if you want to get hitched right here and now, I can make this happen.
You seem like one of the good ones.
You've left now, and the guy's still asleep.
Yep. Are you trying to pick the lock?
No, I've changed my mind. I'm gonna sneak up to the guy sleeping and stab him in the neck.
You get up to the top deck, and you can already see like some of the other passengers have kind of jumped into a lifeboat. The crew are trying to organise like a women and children first type thing, but it's not going.
Michelle Rod-Riguez.
Okay. Michelle Rod-Riguez, you're in a boat. There's lightning raging in the distance. The rain is battering the ship like hail. It's also got hail in it too, why not? And three guards are approaching you with their swords drawn. What are you doing?
I withdraw my short sword and I say, all hands on deck, motherfucker.
Until the sky cracks with lightning and you see hovering over the boat this huge winged shape just wafting its wings above, and you hear like a loud roar as it like roars to the sky. Lightning flashes outwards, and then darkness.
Oh shit.
Darkness and rain.
Okay. So I would comment on that, something along the lines of, the fuck?
At first you're like, oh, it's a beach, awesome, we're saved. Then you realise you're coming on this beach really quickly. The ocean is pushing you guys
Michelle Rod-Riguez does not
quite
trust
fast.
the ocean, guys. Something is afoot. There's a nice fire in the centre of the room. It's cozy.
You got
the
food.
Rain's, this guy, we're cozy. We've got food.
You can wait it out here.
Badge is kicking it up, and I say, hey guys, look at us.
Who would have thought?
Who'd have thought, huh? You started off as such a mismatched trio, and now look at us.
And I just say, you know, all that luggage you left on the top bunk is
my luggage! It's down in the ocean now!
To the sea. It belongs to the sea.
Welcome back. I've gone to a portrait.
We'll edit this, it'll be seamless.
Leave it in. Leave it all in.
We'll fix it in post.
Says the guy who will not be the one working in post-production. You're watching T&C does D&D. I am Liam DG. This is Matt Hensman, the man of few words and of the Motorhead Monthly podcast. This is also Paul Quinn,
Charmed, I'm sure.
of a few more words, of Edquiring minds, and over here, it's Matt Holland.
I'm like, on my version of Zoom, that's like, you just pointed away from me, so like
Well, go
I could
suck
be
a dick.
in both places.
I don't know. People know.
He threatened me with a good time.
Matt Holland is, of course, the co-host of the Danny Trio Fan Podcast and the Big Show. And we are all together contributors of the Jon Catch neo-noir sci-fi detective show, available on Spotify and iTunes.
And YouTube now as well.
Excellent point, Matt Holland.
There's like 2 of them on there at time of recording.
Yes.
Could be more.
And there will be more
Check it
soon, as well as many other things on Top Hats and Canes YouTube.com. But this is going to be on there, so I don't need to plug that. So
you know where you are now.
Let's continue where we left off.
The adventures of Badge, Michelle Rod-Riguez, and Snaggletooth.
Or Badge and the Gang, as they're going to be called.
Snaggletooth and the twin players.
And the rest.
Snaggletooth and the rest. One of them's Michelle Rod-Riguez.
So yeah, you, in the middle of a massive storm, took shelter in a little fishing cabin. Snaggletooth cleverly plugged up all the holes with an old fish barrel. You had plenty of fish to eat. You are like, you get some good rest. You get your spells back. You recover your hit points, and you wake up, and the weather is lovely. There's seagulls going ah ah ah. There's like, it's quite warm. And comfortable. So yeah, what do you do?
I wake up and I greet the day doing my power yoga.
I go for a jog around the island's perimeter and see what I can see.
You jog partway along the beach, and you notice that this is not really an island as much as it is like, it's quite a big landmass, so you couldn't really run around the whole thing, but you get a decent run in. You sort of run up the beach and run back. Snaggletooth, what are you doing?
What is there to do?
On the beach. Can I go fishing?
Sorry?
To get more food.
Yeah, I'll roll your survival to see what you come
Way
back
to be
with.
practical.
Natural 20. So you head up into follow along the beach till you get to the forest that you saw yesterday, and you find like almost immediately like a load of berries. Just like, you recognize them as, let's call them meat berries. They're like, you know for a fact that these look exactly like poisonous berries you'd find further up, but these ones have like a little green stem on them. And eating one of these is just like as good as a full meal. But as you are gathering them, you hear a little voice from the woods. Help! Help me!
Don't help him, Matt.
Don't help him.
See if we can do what he wants.
See what he wants.
You're gonna head into the woods?
Yeah, head into the woods.
A big surprise. It's a good thing today is not the day of the teddy bear's picnic, otherwise you'd be fucked. You head into the woods. There's like some tire tracks rutted into the road from what looked like a cart. And as you follow these along, you find a cart at the side of the road. Two of its wheels are embedded in the dirt because of the mud from yesterday, and there's like a little halfling on the other side trying to push it out, but you notice right away he's pushing from the wrong side. Like, he is tipping it over if he was successful.
Typical halflings.
Can I push the cart over?
Whoa. I don't have any money.
Snaggletooth's going to claim the island for himself now.
I'm the captain now.
What are you doing on my island?
As you approach him, he just backs off from his car like, whoa, I don't have any money. I'm sorry.
Ask him who he is and what he's doing here.
My name is written down on another piece of paper. Bear with me 1 second.
That's a funny name.
I'm Larry Greenbottle. I'm a fisherman.
Fisherman.
Don't hurt me.
Is that your cabin at the top?
What?
The pier.
Yeah, we had the lightning hit it and I ran away. Are me fishing all right?
It caught fire afterwards as well.
No, that was my granddad's cabin. He lived there all his life. He did.
Where is he now?
Oh, bugger.
I think it's dead.
Very dead. He died 20 years back. You seem, if you don't mind me saying, me lord, you seem like a strong bloke. Could you give me an hand getting me carriage out of the mud?
Yeah, push it in the same way the halfling was pushing it.
Okay. Rolled an 11 plus your strength.
That's strong.
16. Okay, you just like squat down and just like deadlift the cart, and it just flips over, and Larry's like, "Oh no!" and just all of his fish scatter out across the Oh bugger! Torna's gonna kill me.
Who's gonna kill him?
Odds and bodkins.
Who's that?
I was meant to be getting these Oh no. He's distraught. These fish were for the whole village. Now they're all.
How far away is this scene from where I am doing my yoga?
Can we join?
You can hear like the conversation.
Okay, so I yell out the window, "Hey, I'm trying to do yoga over here! I need to be centered!"
So Badge, you said you're going to go and head out and join them.
Yeah, I'll head out and survey the situation.
You see just the cart just tipped over, fish everywhere. This little halfling just with head in his hands, like just, oh no, they're going to kill me.
Okay.
I'm crying over there!
We're all going to die. We're going to starve to death, and it's all my fault. Oh.
Who's he afraid of? Who you worried's gonna kill you?
My village has been under attack for weeks now. They keep coming along and taking people if we don't pay them.
By whom? Who are they?
He's a big bloke, a bit like you fellas. He rides in every week, takes all of our money, all of our food, all of our fish. This fish was meant to feed the ones that we've got left, and now they're all covered in mud and beetles, and it's all my fault.
Okay, so I turn to Snaggletooth and I'm like, he said they look like us. I mean, I haven't been raiding this village. Have you been raiding this village?
I got washed up here at the same time as you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay.
There's only one person you can blame then. I mean,
yeah,
currently doing power yoga.
Morning star.
Okay, so he's got a carriage of some distinction.
The carriage has been tipped over and fish are scattered everywhere.
Okay, I set fire to it.
Okie dokie. You're using your produce flame again.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, me cart's on fire. Though granted, that does smell delicious.
Yeah.
Me cart's on fire. It is.
Cart's on fire. It is.
I'm like, no, this is perfect because now they won't be able to find the cart. To know
so that was good arson.
Yes.
Okay,
good arson
right.
and bad arson.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you a persuasion. That's a 3 plus your charisma, which is -2. That comes down to a 1. So you're like, it's good arson, good arson.
Yes.
And Larry Greenbottle does not believe you. He is terrified. He just legs it or starts legging it.
Can I shoot him in the ankle with my longbow?
You can.
Am I gonna have to come down here and sort this out?
You rolled. I picked the one that's hard to read. 12 plus your plus 6. I mean, he's got 10 armor class, so that hits him. You were aiming for his ankle.
I'm aiming for his ankle just to trip him up.
Yeah, you hit him in the ankle, and he just smacks in the ground. He's like, ow!
I'm trying to help you, you dude.
Can I stomp out there and
he's just crying.
Well, intimidate him to convince him that setting the cart on fire was a good thing?
Yes.
Okie dokie.
This poor fisherman. You know, I killed a guy with a weapon. You just killed a guy with a fish.
16. So you what are you saying to him?
He's right. He's right. He set the cart on fire. It's a good thing.
Okay, it's a good thing.
Whatever you say, man. So, okay, so at this point, I'm going to have to join this conversation.
Yeah, I'm shouting for Michelle Rod-Riguez. And the fisherman gets really excited because I'm shouting for someone called Michelle Rod-Riguez. But then when Liam's turned up, he's like, oh, sorry, I thought you were the other one.
Well, I do look like Michelle Rodriguez a lot, so we'd have to do like a double take.
I thought you were Michelle Rodriguez, the bard from the great ballad Machete.
That happens all the time. What's going on here?
Also, my ankle. Oh.
Did this orc shoot you?
No,
what the hell, Snaggletooth?
It was me, for starters.
So okay, right, okay. Why did you shoot him?
Because he was running away.
Why is he running away?
Because I set fire to his car.
Why did you set his car on fire?
Look, okay, look.
I can't leave you people alone for 2 minutes.
So, okay, what's this guy's name?
Okay.
Larry.
Okay, Larry, I'm going to pick Larry up and I'm going to put him on my knee. And I'm going to say, Larry, I'm so sorry about what these meanie beanies did to you, buddy. You okay? Boop. I'm going to pop him on the nose like that.
They shot me in the ankle.
Oh, poor bum. Did they shoot you in the ankle? And I kiss his boo-boo. Do I have any magic effects that can heal boo-boos?
You don't, but I'm gonna roll for it anyway because
It's psychologically.
Yeah, psychologically speaking, plus your charisma.
I'm very charismatic.
You got a 14
but I'm
plus
hot
your charisma
as fuck as well, so that's probably
so
work in my
16.
favour.
Yeah, you calmed him down.
This is probably because he's been to boob in his life as well, isn't it? So
you don't know. Larry Greenbottle might fuck for all you know.
So
but Michelle Rodriguez level fuck.
Who has though? I mean,
so I'm like, okay. So apparently his town's being terrorized by one big dude.
Right. Okay.
Now,
so
I'm counting 3 big dudes. I'm like, Larry, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Did I say you can talk?
Sorry, master. Sorry, master.
Shut the fuck up.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir.
Arrow in your mouth.
And he just hides. He cradles into like.
Larry, do you want an arrow in your mouth?
Guys, calm down. You badge over there.
Okay. I'm just saying.
There. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know you started it. I'm going to finish it.
We're heroes.
Yeah, well, obviously, I was going to suggest that too.
Okay.
Jesus, look, I'm sorry that those guys shot you and everything. If you take us back to the village, are you willing to overlook this whole assault and arson if we save your village?
Let's find out. That's a 7 plus your charisma and your proficiency plus your doubled proficiency. So 4, 6, 13. He's like, okay.
Yes.
And I think.
Oh, try those eyes, little man.
I think I can walk with a.
Do you want me to carry you? My babushka? Can I fashion a babushka and carry him?
Yes.
Yes. Is he small? I'm assuming he's a small man.
He's like 4 feet tall. He's
Well, he's in my babushka now.
He's in a babushka. You can carry him. He's
But the 3 of us. Okay.
Before we go, I feel like me and Snaggletooth, like looking at the fish, I'm like, you can clean them off. They're still good. They're still good. And we pick them up and we put them in our...
There you go.
Gonna waste some good fish, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they're just, it's a 5-second rule. Which,
yeah, 100%.
I mean, combat round 6 seconds, so it's only a second dirty.
Yeah.
So let's go to this village then, eh?
Heading to the village.
Go to the village.
Okay, he points you.
Take me to Funky Town.
Is the village called Funky Town?
I wish it was. That would have been brilliant. That would have been a nice little segue. But no, he guides you through the forest, and you find the trees start to clear out a bit, and there's little farms and it's a very small village for small people.
We say quaint in realty.
Quaint, yeah. There's quaint and quaint, and this is quaint, but a lot of the buildings have been set on fire.
All right.
There's only a few buildings left that are still standing. One of which is the tavern, which I have named somewhere on a different sheet, the Thirsty Traveller.
Oh.
The sign, the pub sign's kind of dangling, but you can see a little fat halfling on the front, just with a mug of something, just having a sip. And he says, Torna's in there. She's in charge. She was in charge of the village since the trouble started.
Okay, so I say, guys, we've got to go in this bar and talk to this guy. Before we do, full disclosure, I have a bit of a drinking problem. So when I say no tequila, you must not give me any tequila, okay?
Okay.
Anything else is fine. Your rums, your grogs, your vodkas, your potato vodkas, your cemented vodkas, your leech vodkas, your dragon vodkas, all the different kinds of vodkas. Yeah,
no a lot tequila. Of vodkas. It's true.
Yeah, I know they do, buddy. Yeah, okay, so we go in. Okay.
Okay. Inside, you head inside and just hear just screams.
Tequila for me and my friends.
There's
three for me and my friends.
A half dozen halflings crowded behind the bar, and a halfling woman just with a crossbow pointed at you. You see the crossbow isn't loaded, but she's pointing it.
Okay.
Larry, what happened to you?
Whoa. Calm the fuck down.
This is some 5-star service, guys. Am I right?
The bad news is
3 tequilas.
Larry got shot in the ankle.
We don't know by who.
The good news is I set his cart on fire.
It wasn't these guys. No, it was The cart just caught on fire, miss. I'm really sorry.
Sometimes carts catch on fire. I know that movie Chariots of Fire. That was about carts catching fire.
Great play, Chariots on Fire.
Yeah.
Tana's like, I've seen that one. Yeah, I get the reference.
Finally, someone on my level. Have you seen Seven at all, Tanya?
I have seen Seven.
Oh my God!
The thing with the box.
Yeah, what's in the box?
Come inside. Come inside.
What's in the box?
What can I get you to drink?
3 tequilas, please.
On the house.
You two want anything?
Good.
Just pours out 3 halfling tequilas for you with some little limes and salt that you can do.
Is the worm in there as well?
There is not. No, unfortunately, this is cheap. You know, this is not mezcal level tequila. This is just like Savar level.
Cypress Hill will not be best pleased with this establishment, but I've chucked one back anyway.
Okay, so I say like, oh, so this guy mentioned something about a big guy keeps coming and terrorizing you?
There's bandits from the hills. They're led by a human. We don't know his name, but every week he rides in, demands a tribute from us. If we don't pay him, he takes one of us prisoner, and
he's got like minions as well.
Many minions.
I turn to Larry and I'm like, you said it was one guy, motherfucker. You said it was one guy.
He's still in my papoose, so you just pushed me, basically. Yeah. I'm gonna take Larry out.
So I turn to the others and I'm like, okay, this might not have been as easy as I previously thought.
I don't know what kind of acuity you're expecting from a halfling.
He said it was one guy.
Lit his car on fire and shot him.
I was like, there's 3 of us versus this one guy.
You just gank him.
Well, we did just bring him back home, so should we just bail?
Well, I turn to the townspeople and I say, look, these people can't terrorize your town, and I get our fireball if there's no town to terrorize. And I get closer and closer to the wall.
You guys are... forgive me for assuming, but you are all... you're adventurous sorts, right?
Yes.
Heroes.
You are correct.
I work in IT. Fire. This was just meant to be a weekend thing. When did heroes start getting battered about so much?
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, the only heroic thing you've done so far is try to get 2 star-crossed lovers together, who you then murdered and used as a flotation device. So, I mean...
I didn't know they were star-crossed lovers. I didn't hear the conversation he was having with him. I just thought it was a guard.
All guards are the same to you, you racist.
So guys, we can't save these people, make a 7 samurai type situation. There's only 3 of us. You see that movie 7 Samurai? Tony
pours out more halfling tequila for you. Yeah, oh, brilliant play. One of my favorites. It's like...
Couldn't be drinking this stuff.
The tequila's flowing, and you guys are having a fun-ish time.
Well, I'm now more in favor of these people because they've been giving me alcohol.
It's free as well. Like, you brought Larry back.
Free alcohol.
Oh, most of him back.
Larry, this guy.
This guy right here is my guy over here.
So, Snaggletooth, there's like a dissension about what we should do here. Where do you stand on this, man?
Speak.
As in the plan. Like, when are the bandits due?
Should we stay and fight, or should we peace out?
They haven't been this week. We're sort of expecting them any minute now.
Is it us? He keeps talking like it sounds like us. Are we sleep terrorizing this town?
Be a good twist. I wish I thought that. As you guys... Sorry, what was that?
Can one of us volunteer to get kidnapped by the bandits? If the town doesn't pay it, and I volunteer Michelle Rod-Riguez.
I second that notion.
Well, I'm 7 tequilas deep, and I'm like, fuck it, yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
That was a really
Try and push me over, bro. Try and push me over. Huh? Yeah, you can't.
That was a really good idea. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you inspiration, which is like a anytime you fail a roll, you can have another go, basically. One time. That's really good. That's a really good idea. So as you're all discussing, have I had tequila? As you're all discussing this, you hear horses trampling up from all sides.
Okay. So okay, so we're gonna need to make Michelle Rodriguez look like one of these guys. And I just start tearing the clothes off Larry. I start dragging, like his shirt isn't even buttoned, and I pull it off his face.
He's like covering himself up.
And I just strip his pants off.
Treasury!
Is this halfling rags going to fit around my sensual female body?
Let's find out. Spin the dice roll.
Maybe I can tie them into some like fashionable crop top.
It's an 18. Your charisma is fairly high as well. So it's an 18.
I have rocking boobs.
That is on the character sheet, yeah. So you got a dirty 20. So that's like basically a 20 that's not
dirty
natural.
20. Okay.
That's what we call a dirty 20. So yeah, you reckon you could rock it? You reckon you could look like a halfling?
I'm just a halfling. Okay. So I've got to go get kidnapped by these people.
Yeah, and then me and Snaggletooth will kind of flank them and follow, right?
So I walk out the door, but before I do, I stop and I look back and I go, "You are gonna flank him, right?"
Yeah.
Your voice went up.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna go, but I'm trusting you guys here.
Yeah.
Okay, I go.
You heading outside?
Yeah, I'm gonna greet the horses.
There's
Go back to the bar.
Yeah, it's not
another round.
This one's for Michelle.
Michelle Rodriguez, who we didn't always agree, but I'm glad she's dead.
We hardly knew ye.
Michelle, you head outside, and there's a load of. You count 3 on each sort of flank of the village. One of the horses kind of trots up, and it's this, as opposed to all the other ones, of these horrible flea-bitten nags. This is like a pristine white stallion with a human on top, who is dressed in just gorgeous jewels, and he's got a his leather armor is painted white, and he looks like a wealthy individual, and he sort of rides up. He's like, "You know why I'm here, you maggots. I demand the money I am owed. Or do you wish me to take another one of your friends? Speak!"
I look at him, and I go, "I didn't know pieces of shit could speak, let alone ride horses," and then I spit in his face.
I'll roll see if
at
that
the
hits.
tavern, like we're watching, me and Snaggletooth are watching through the shutters.
Rolled a natural 20, so you spit in his face, and the wind just whips it into his eyes, like,
Take her! You horse rider motherfucker! Get your hands off me! You don't know me like that!
A couple of...
I am a halfling!
2 lads sort of ride up to you. One of them is a goblin, and one is a human, and they both kind of hoist you up onto the saddle of the human's horse.
I demand to speak to a manager.
We've taken one. We'll be back for the others unless you get the money I'm owed. And he snaps his fingers. Let's ride. And they ride.
And I say, "Hey guys, can we stop at White Castle on the way to where we're going?"
The human gives you a kick.
Ow.
That like hits for, let's call it 2 damage.
Holland, are me and Snaggletooth able to follow on foot? Is that possible?
Yeah, let me just add this. Yeah, you can see the tracks are kind of, because it would rain quite recently, the tracks are still quite fresh, so you can follow them should you choose to.
Let's do that.
You can follow them.
Good story building that, because it did rain yesterday.
See? Not just a headphone rack.
And as we're walking, I say to Snaggletooth, "You know, we really haven't had a chance to talk. Where are you from? You got family back home?"
Backstory. 0.
And I'm like, "Oh, we can walk in silence. It's fine." It's
the guy who was on the boat, I think he's a cousin.
Yeah.
One of the ones who got murdered.
When there's like 3 friends and one of the friends leaves, the other 2 friends don't really have anything in common. But
I can just see them in my mind, just walking down this road.
Awkward as
fuck. That team, oof, they go.
Eventually, like after half an hour, it's just this weather. Am I right?
Crazy.
Meanwhile, I'm on the back of this horse. Me and the goblin are getting on like
The thing was weird. That's not an everyday occurrence. Was that the weather then?
Yeah, that's the weather I'm discussing.
Well, you guys are... Sorry, go on.
I've never seen clouds that were bird-shaped and spouting lightning from them.
Yeah, we probably should have discussed that at some point, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
It's weird that didn't come up. You're right.
It was a huge event. What are you doing?
Honestly, I remember setting fire to the boat, and then the rest of it's just like a euphoric blare.
So while Snaggletooth and Badge are getting to know one another, Michelle Rod-Riguez, you are being ridden uphill towards a camp with it's like uphill. There's towers sort of overlooking the road with some guys with bows and stuff. You get ridden through. The lead human, the guy in all the jewels, just sort of take care with the rest, and he gets off his horse and goes into like a little hut in the back, which is guarded by two orcs. The two people, the goblin and the human, sort of prod you at knife point towards a cage in the middle of the. That was a lot of words. It's in the middle of the camp where there's like all these filthy halflings who've been in there for just gaunt and shivering and have just been clearly ill-treated. They shove you inside. Yeah.
So I've been shoved inside this cell. As I have been trained, I am going to assert my dominance and make sure that I am the king of the halfling prison. So I find the biggest one that I can, even though they are quite scrawny.
Yep. What are you doing? You're just going to...
Heavy kiss. Nut him.
He's walking. And 2 seconds later, he's not somebody.
You got to prove that you're the big dog.
Yeah, he goes down.
This is my house now. All right? You want to take a shit? You ask me. You want to eat some gruel? Papa Cow eats first, even though I am a lady. All right? Okay.
You can be whatever you want. We're not going to question,
That's what I thought. That's what I thought. Is that goblin still around? Can I have a word with him?
He's guarding the cell, like he's sat stood outside.
I shout to him in goblin, because I can speak goblin. Like, rah, 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 which in goblin means, yo, my dude. Yo, my dude.
I'll let you roll a persuasion, which you do have expertise in. That's a 14 plus your little modifiers, so they are 18 plus 2, dirty 20 again. The goblin's like...
Dirty 20.
You're my dude.
My dude, hey, yeah, listen, man, I'm not one of these halflings. I don't belong in here. I speak goblin. Do any of these people speak goblin? No, I mean, you dude.
They haven't spoke goblin so far, but I've been saying all kinds of stuff to them, and they don't respond.
And they just don't respond?
I mean, we do beat them regularly.
Oh, well.
It's kind of a sport that when we get bored, we just come out and we
That sounds hilarious. I put like a flirtatious hand on his shoulder because I'm a hot chick. He blushes like, ooh, I'm in here.
I can't believe you're about to fuck your way out of this.
But you got to do what you got to do.
In prison,
So I'm clearly not one of these scum. So is there like a private cell that you could take me to and maybe show me around?
Well, we don't have a private cell, but I can. He looks around. There's no other people guarding, so he opens the door and ushers you outside.
We know what's up.
Well, are you going with him?
Oh yeah.
He slams the door, locks it.
I turn around before I go. So yeah, I'm still the top dog around here. Just in case. I'm covering all my prison.
The South Park episode where the police chief goes undercover as a prostitute and has full sex with the guy before arresting him.
This is a game of fantasy and adventure. If Liam wants to fuck a goblin, he can fuck a goblin.
Thank you, Matt. Don't kink shame me. So, while this is happening, what are you two discussing on your long walk?
Okay, so we're probably at the camp by now, right?
Yeah, you can see the guard towers. You're in a position where you can see them, but they can't see you.
Okay.
So you've got some trees you can hide behind.
How many guards are they?
You count 2 of them, 1 on each tower with crossbows.
Is it just the one gate to get in?
There's a gate between the guard towers, but you can see that the way they've built their defenses, they're like stakes hammered into the floor, are not very defensible. Like they're kind of spread out. Sort of surveying the land, you can see like if you wend your way up around the side, you can maybe try and sneak in.
Sounds like the best plan. Yeah, that sounds like the best plan. But there's no point getting into combat this early, I would think.
No. Plus, we don't know how many guards are on the inside, and
what's the story? Yeah. What's the story with the horses? Are they anywhere in sight?
A couple of them have been sort of tied up outside the gates, but not the stallion. The stallion's gone in.
Can I use my communicate with animals thing to start a fight between the horses, which would then cause a distraction, allowing me and Snaggletooth to sneak in?
What I'm going to do there is I'm going to give you inspiration, but that's a good idea. That's absolutely something you can do. So you're going to try and cast your Speak with Animals spell?
Yeah, so I'm going to make it sound like there's one of the horses is talking shit about the other horse, because accusing them of putting on weight recently.
They're going to go,
it's a glandular problem.
So I says to Bojack, you're just depressed all the time. Cheer up.
Yeah.
Get over it already.
Oh, man, you didn't. And they start squabbling.
Hey!
So there's a ruckus of horses happening outside now.
So you're going to try and convince them that one of them has been putting on weight?
Yes.
Is that your plan?
That is my plan.
Well, that's a 2. You do not have proficiency in persuasion, but you do have inspiration if you want to use it.
As a backup plan, can I set fire to the horse?
Jeez.
You can. You do have inspiration if you want to roll again, or you can set fire to the horse. It's up to you.
I'm gonna set fire to the horse.
Set fire to the horse. Okay. Let me just take one of your spells is gone. The other one you just like light the horse on. You light his tail on fire, and it's like and just starts kicking everywhere. The guard's attention is all on the horse. A couple of other guards come running outside with swords drawn to see what the commotion is.
I'm in the back room with the goblin, and he says, "That sounds like a horse on fire."
Hello?
And I go, "No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't." But at this point, I would like to use my persuasion for the goblin to get his cock out, and I'm telling him I'm going to give him the best goblin gobble of his life, which is probably what they call it.
This is not what
I mean, that's not going to take much persuasion, is it?
When I woke up this morning, I did not think I'd be rolling.
You shut up and you roll those dice so I can see this goblin's cock.
You got an 11, plus your charisma is 13, plus 14, 15, 16, 17. So he is just unburdening, just taking off his clothes. And
I guess that's for the cock, but okay. So his cock's out, full master. I grab him by the dick and I twist it. And I'm like, all right, you goblin fucker, where's the back door to this place? How do I sneak out of here?
Oh, my poor goblin dick.
Yeah, your poor goblin dick.
Oh. Are you going to try and intimidate him into giving you...
Yeah, I would think that was implied.
I'm rolling this with advantage because you've got a hand on his dick. I mean, that's... The highest one of those two is a 12, plus your charisma is a 2, 14. You do have your hand on his dick, so he's like, okay, there's a back entrance. There's a back entrance. The master uses it to get in and out.
Okay, right. So, take me there.
Please, miss, take your hand off my dick.
No, you take me there first. We're gonna elephant walk our way there.
Okay.
So you elephant. My mother wants to see me today, and I said I was busy.
This is being recorded for the internet. Yeah. This is
I am going to elephant walk this goblin cock to an escape.
He's like wobbling out, like He's just crying. He's not having a good time at all. He wasn't expecting a good time.
He was going to assault me.
He isn't again.
Why are we on the goblin's side? He was going to use his power to take advantage of me.
It was not a fair power balance, in fairness. Yeah.
So you elephant walk out. As you elephant walk him out of his tent, you can see a load of guards rush outside. You can hear what sounds like a horse on fire, just trampling and hooves being twatted everywhere. Badge and Snaggletooth, what are you doing while this is all going on?
So are we able to sneak in at this point?
You are. I'm going to roll for both of you as both your stealth with advantage. That's 4 of these guys. I should have really looked on who was on each, but there's a natural 20 and a 17. So yeah, you guys sneak past. You see Michelle Rod-Riguez with her hand on a goblin's dick, dragging him out into the middle of the.
I guess.
We just watch them go by.
What?
Just walk off screen.
He tries to. Oh, sorry, go on.
Okay, so if Michelle is sorting a escape, I feel like me and Snag...
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Don't look into it, but
me and the big Snag should try and find the master and put a knife in his throat, right?
Okay. A lot of the guards have been distracted by the the horse fire, which, to be fair, is a very distracting event. It's very noisy and burny. However, at the little hut in the back, there are 2 orcs who have just been sort of standing guard. They see Michelle Rod-Riguez crab walking or elephant walking this goblin out.
Come on.
They draw their axes and like in Orcish. And
okay. I know this looks bad.
do you speak?
I don't speak Orcish.
Can I speak to the orcs?
Yeah,
you absolutely can.
I'm like, I know an orc, so I'm cool. Some of my best friends are orcs, so, you know.
To them
I listen to orc music all the time. I'm not racist.
The 2 consenting
Max Landis, fucking hell.
They should be allowed to...
Don't judge us.
Whatever relationship they want.
Sorry, so are you going to try and convince them that this is all consensual and fine?
Normal,
because, the goblin can't talk to the orcs because he speaks goblin, so... He's not going to be able to say no. Please help me. Thinking
about it, it's a bit crazy to put all these different types of people who don't speak the same language in one group. It's not really lead to much group cohesion, does it? So you're going to try and explain. First off, who are you? What are you doing here?
Probably a good question.
I'm part of the other guard group. You know, no one speaks the same language. We can't. Yeah, I don't know him. You don't know that.
You're the translator, the boss hired, right?
Yeah. We'll go with that.
You got here just in time. It's just been madhouse over here. We're speaking orc to each other. The boss is just only refuses to speak to us in Orcish, and the goblins are up to whatever they're up to. This
is actually an ancient goblin custom that I'm performing right now. So you know. If you were more aware of other cultures,
through Snaggle, as a translator, I explained that this is not some deviant sex act. These 2 are actually to be joined in holy matrimony.
Oh my god!
Right here and now.
That landed on its side. I'm gonna roll
that again.
What a
meet cute that would be if we did get married, me and the goblin.
16 plus your persuasion, which is a 14. But I'm gonna, as you're using Snaggletooth as a translator, I'm gonna use his, persuasion instead. So that's a 18. So it's like, so we really should be speaking to the goblins more. But is this, you're the priest to marry these 2, I guess? Then
yes,
you go ahead.
So I guess in order to prove that this is actually happening, I'm going to have to marry this goblin, right?
This goblin. Meanwhile, the goblin is shrieking in goblin like...
he's so happy.
I don't like this. I don't want to be...
Well, if this is the only way to do it, I guess I'll marry this goblin. Perform the ceremony.
Oh, how are you performing the ceremony?
The quick version.
Obviously, I'm going to have to use Snaggletooth as a translator.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to repeat everything I say, like, sentence by sentence.
So meanwhile, the goblin doesn't speak orc, So he's like, what are they talking about?
he's like worried, like you've just had your hand on his dick for a long time. His guards aren't helping him. He's yelling for help.
Like, even though I'm clearly performing a religious ceremony in a foreign language to him, I'm like, blah, 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 blah.
One of the orc guards gathers some little weeds for a bouquet.
The other one starts crying. Every time.
They always cry at weddings. So what are you saying?
I'm saying, dearly beloved.
Quick version, mate. Quick version. I've got a cock in my hand.
We are gathered here today to join these two fair strangers in a holy matrimony. It only seems like hours ago that Michelle Rodriguez was kidnapped. But really, it was... What's the orc's name? The goblin's name.
The goblin's name is...
I didn't even ask you his name. How rude of me.
You don't speak goblin, but his name is... Ah, my dick! Ah!
Yeah. But in reality, it was Michelle who kidnapped my dick's heart. And
now we're married.
By the power vested in me, Michelle, do you take this?
Yep.
And my dick
does too. He just said so.
He's passed out. He doesn't know what's going on anymore. He's gone limp.
But I'm still holding him up.
You're still holding on to his dick, so he's kind of like dangling like a puppet, like a dick.
The power vested in me. I now pronounce...
I've got a good hard grip on it though, so it's not going anywhere.
And I pronounce you goblin and wife. And as is tradition, we must take the happy couple to see the master of the site.
One of the orc guards throws a bouquet.
Yep.
And
Snaggletooth catch it, so he's going to get married next.
Yeah.
Roll for initiative to see if Snaggletooth catches it. He's going to be married next.
Snaggletooth's getting married next.
Yeah!
Meanwhile, Badge, always the bridesmaid. Always the minister, never the bride.
Always.
Better look next time, buddy.
I'll introduce you to some of my goblin husband's friends.
I'm pretty sure Michelle Rodriguez is Jewish, so we get like a goblet of some kind and we wrap it in a napkin and we stand on it.
Look at him! Right, let's go.
The orcs applaud, and well, if it's goblin tradition, in you go. Then we don't want to mess with tradition. We're not racists, so you know we respect.
I'm married to a goblin, so
you've proven yourself not to be a bigot, and that's almost beautiful. Your mind has been changed. They open the door and let you inside. And close it behind you again, assuming you're all going inside, aren't you?
Yep.
So I'm speeding you through this. Shouldn't really be doing that. Inside, there's a really comfortable-looking bedroom. That's really all there is in there.
Are you saying I should consummate this marriage?
I'm not saying you should consummate the marriage.
We need to talk to this guy, Matt. Where's this guy?
I'm going to. I keep thinking I'm going to make you roll this check, but I've got all the dice, I'm going to roll.
You tell me the number, because I like when they tell me the numbers.
Investigations. Oh shit! One of them's gone flying. So there's a 10 for Snaggletooth plus your wisdom, which is -1. That's a 9. It's an 11 for Michelle Rodriguez, who has +1 to wisdom, +1 to it. So I'm just going to work this out. +2, so it's 13, and a 7 for Badge. He's got +3, +5. So basically, all three of you find there's a rug underneath, like a really.
Does it really tie the room together?
It really ties the room together, but it also doesn't match any of the furnishings at all. As you approach it, you can hear like muffled voices. I'm not interested in your excuses, Bird. You assured me. You see that do not interrupt me when I'm speaking.
Ed was the captain on the ship.
Ed was the captain.
Oh.
What are you doing? This is all coming from underneath you, by the way.
We should probably investigate this, shouldn't we?
Yeah, definitely.
You don't want to be given 5 minutes with your husband.
Do we?
Oh yeah, my husband. And I look at him and he's dead. He's dead. He's all the blood is rushed through there.
Blood is just.
To be a widow at such a young age.
At this point, can we just stab the orcs that let us inside?
We're already
they're
inside.
outside.
Well, we got to go outside.
Oh, they're
and kill them.
outside. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay, so we stashed the dead goblin.
He's totally dead.
A widow.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
It's okay. I've got my pension now.
Goblin pension is pretty good. You know, it's a couple of like bones and a strip of meat. Really fucking, you know, you're set for life basically.
And we make our way downstairs.
Okay. You sort of pull the rug aside. There's a trap door underneath the rug.
And I go, hey guys, this rug really ties the room together, does it not?
Like in the play.
Like in that play.
The Large Lebowski.
And I don't want one more pop culture reference out of you for the rest of the trip.
Can you open there's like a little staircase leading down, and you hear something, sir, another voice says, thing is, and then a half-orc saying, oh, you little shit, and then crunch, a body hitting the floor. As you head down the stairs, the fancy lad with all the jewels is kind of slouched on a little throne. There's a dead half-orc on the
sheet.
Sorry.
I'm checking my character sheet.
Okay,
Keep
sorry.
going.
There's a dead half-orc on the floor that you recognise as the one from the boat. Mm-hmm. There's also a huge...
Oh my god, that was his cousin? Snaggletooth, your cousin's dead? I'm so sorry, man.
There's standing over him. There's a huge, he's not an orc. He looks like nothing you've ever seen before. It's just this massive, barrel-chested figure with a huge club who's just clumped this poor half-orc on the head.
They've all seen us?
Or like the Master's Guard?
Looks that way to you. I'm going to roll stealth to see if they see you. That's a 19, a 12, and a 17. So they do not see you as you head downstairs. Are you doing anything? Or?
Well, I assume that Snaggletooth is in a bit of a rage about his cousin laying dead in front of us. So I'm just like saying to him, like, dude, we can't be rushing into this looking for bloody vengeance at this point. Snaggletooth, would you like bloody vengeance, or would you like to play this goal?
Vengeance, but...
Of course you do.
But the other guy's huge.
Yeah, but it's just like him against three of us. I mean, we're going to fucking stand up for your cousin. We're not going to let that go.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like we knew him all of like 5 minutes on that front.
Yeah. You said he was a
good guy.
Okay.
Yeah, should we rush in?
Well, we've got some long-range weapons, don't we? I've got a light bow, a crossbow. Quinny, you've got that bow.
Yeah, you have.
Ooh, I've got entangle. Can I try and entangle, and then we'll question him?
Yeah, that's an option you can do as well.
So we need to entangle the fancy man, take out his armed guards.
You gonna do that?
Yes.
Sound. I just want to set the room real quick because I got sidetracked a bit there. So there's the big dude, the fancy lad on the throne. There's a what else is in there? It looks like there's some bookshelves in one corner, a treasure chest, like a really big treasure chest in the far corner, empty glass display cases, little braziers for light, and behind the throne, a stack of those golden jeweled lock boxes, similar to the one that Snaggletooth stole from the boat. So that's what's there in the room. Also, sorry, you also recognise the captain and the first mate from the boat as well.
The first mate. So there was two first mates. So there's
three officers. There was the third mate is the half-orc currently battered to death on the floor. Then there's a little hairy dude with a hook hand who's just gone to his mate. He's like, "Oh, you've killed him! You've killed!" And the captain just like shook, like he's just paralyzed with fear.
Right.
So you're gonna try the entangling spell?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna roll for that. Your spell save is 13. I'm going to roll for... I better get the stats out, don't I? Bear with me just 2 secs. Make some space for... Boop, 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 boop.
Episode break it.
Yeah.